Hey guys, today I'm going to answer the question of what are like terms? What are they? How do I know what's like, what's not alike, and what can I do with these? Why is this helpful when it comes to math? So one of the first things that I want to mention is this is brought up in several classes where we start to talk about expressions such as 3x plus 2. And I always tell my students, you cannot simplify this expression any further. And they're a little confused. They're like, are you sure we can't just say it's 5x? I'm like, yes, you can't say it's 5x because they're not like terms. And then we have to go into this discussion of like terms. So that is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show some examples of what like terms are and how to properly add and subtract them. So what I've got for you right now is like terms in the first row, like terms in the second row, and like terms in the third row. So the first thing I need you to understand is what is a term? A term are all the pieces in an expression that have either a number, a variable, or a number and a variable. So 2x is a term, 6x is a term, x is a term, negative 2x is a term. And to make these terms into an expression, you would add operations in between them. So now looking at the terms, you have to decide which ones are like and which ones are unlike, for lack of better terms. And so what I have here is 3y, negative 5y, y, and negative y are all like terms. 6, 4, 18, and negative 5 are all like terms. If you haven't seen the pattern yet, what's going on is that these are all like terms because they have the same variable of just x. These are all like terms because they have the same variable of just y. These are all like terms, or another word for them would be constants. So technically they all have the same variable because they don't have one. So they are all like terms. So those are examples of what I mean by what a like term is and how do you decide if you can combine two terms. I'm going to show you a couple examples of how to add and subtract like terms. So that's one thing you need to know is that they have to be like terms in order to combine them using addition and subtraction. When you are dividing or multiplying, those are different rules. They don't apply with like terms. So here's the important thing. A 3a plus a 2a. Those are like terms. I know I can simplify this expression down further. So what you need to do is, since they have an a in common, the answer will also have an a. 3 plus 2. That's all you have to do is you take the coefficients, which are the numbers before the variable, and you're going to add those together. So that is how it's simplified down. In the other example, it works the same thing for subtraction. 5r minus r. Now if you notice, the second r doesn't have a number in front of it, and you're like, okay, what am I supposed to subtract? Anytime you see a variable by itself, you can imagine that there is a 1 in front of it. So what I'm really saying is 5 minus 1 is 4, and then they have an r in common, so the answer will have an r. So the answer for that one is 4r. So what you do is you keep that common variable, and then you take your coefficients, which are the numbers in front of each variable, and you do whatever operation is between them. One more example for you today, just to make sure you know what like terms are and how to combine them. I have 2b minus c plus 4b plus 3c plus e. This is an expression because it's a combination of all of these terms, and they're connected by operations such as addition and subtraction. So I've got this expression. I want to simplify it down. I don't want it to be this long, so I'm going to take a look and see if I have any like terms, and I'm going to go ahead and combine those. So what I notice right away is this is a 2b and this is a 4b. So I know that those two are like terms. I also notice that I have a minus c and a 3c. Those ones are like terms as well. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to combine 2b and the positive 4b. I'm going to keep the b. A positive 2 and a positive 4 give me a 6. My next step is I notice I have a negative or a minus c, so I'm going to picture a 1 in front of this c. And then I have a positive 3c. So here's the thing, you need to think of it, since it's a minus c, you need to think of it as a negative 1 and a positive 3. If I combine those two, that would give me a positive 2c. 3 minus 1 gives me positive 2c. Then notice I have this guy over here, this plus e. I don't have any other variable e in this expression, so I'm just going to leave them there. This is the most simplified version of the expression with combining like terms, just because I can't combine any more terms because this is a B, a C, and an E. None of them are alike. Okay, so you just have to go through, look at, okay, what's in common, what's not, combine the ones that are in common, leave the ones alone that are not. I hope those examples have helped cleared up what a like term is, how to combine them, and I really hope this is going to help you start that foundation of working with multiple variables in a problem. This is something super important for as you continue on in math, and especially once you get to high school. So good luck!